Some phone calls change your life. Some phone calls end it. It started like any other night. The city was alive, buzzing with the distant hum of traffic, the neon lights flickering against rain-soaked streets. Inside a dimly lit apartment, Alex Carter sat alone, half listening to the static-filled news broadcast in the background, scrolling mindlessly through their phone. And then it rang, a number they didn't recognize. A hesitation, a second of indecision. And then click. Hello? At first, there was nothing, just breathing, slow, steady, calculated. And then a voice, deep, cold, wrong. It's done. The body's in the trunk. Meet at the usual spot. Silence. Alex's pulse spiked. Their throat tightened. The wrong number. This was just a wrong number, wasn't it? But then the voice returned, sharper this time. You're listening, aren't you? The air in the room thickened. This wasn't just a wrong number. This was a mistake. And some mistakes you don't survive. The human brain is wired for survival. Fight, flight, freeze. And yet Alex just sat there, the phone still clutched in their trembling hand. What were they supposed to do? Call the police? Say what? Hey, I think I just overheard a murder plot. Would they even believe them? And then another thought slithered in. Dark. Uninvited. What if this was an opportunity? Alex was no stranger to danger. A journalist, a truth seeker, always chasing the next big story. And this was a story worth telling. But stories like this, they don't come without a cost. So they made a choice. Instead of forgetting it ever happened, instead of walking away, they followed the call. And that was the moment Alex Carter sealed their fate. The city's industrial district, a place where shadows stretch too long, where streetlights flicker like dying stars. Alex parked half a block away, heart pounding against their ribs. They shouldn't be here. Every instinct screamed turn back. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. And then they saw it. A black sedan, a man standing beside it, smoking, waiting. And then another car pulled up. Two figures stepped out. One of them opened the trunk, and there, beneath the cold glow of the street lamp, was the body. Wrapped in plastic, motionless. Alex sucked in a sharp breath. This wasn't just a phone call anymore. This was real. And as they fumbled for their phone to take a picture, one of the men turned, looked directly at them, and smiled. Some fears come slow, creeping in like a shadow at the edge of your vision. Others hit like a gunshot. Alex slammed the car door shut, hands shaking as they fumbled for the keys. The black sedan was moving now, headlights slicing through the darkness, gaining on them. They had seen them. They knew. The tires screeched against the wet pavement as Alex floored the gas. But the sedan was faster. The city blurred Parsnian streaks and distorted reflections in the rain-slicked street. A turn, another, no escape, and then the alley. A narrow passage between two buildings. A gamble. Alex jerked the wheel, hard hammering, and prayed. The car barely fit, scraping against brick, metal screaming against metal. But the black sedan? It skidded to a halt. Too big, too slow. For now, Alex was alive. But the game had just begun. Paranoia isn't an emotion, it's a disease. Every shadow stretched too long. Every car parked outside, watching. Alex changed hotels, used burner phones, kept their head down, but the feeling never left. They weren't running, they were being hunted. And then an email. No subject, no name, just 6 words. You should have hung up. Alex's blood turned to ice. They weren't just watching, they were waiting. Some crimes are simple. This wasn't. The body in the trunk? He wasn't just a victim, he was a warning. And the killers? They weren't just criminals, they were professional. A name surfaced, a missing CEO, a billion-dollar fraud case. Alex had stumbled onto something bigger than murder. This wasn't about covering up a death, it was about silencing the truth. And now, Alex was next. Fear does one of 2 things. It cages you or it sharpens you. Alex was done running. If they were being hunted, then they would become the hunter. A burner phone, a hidden camera, a meeting set in a place they controlled. And when the killers arrived, Alex was ready. There's something about the silence before violence. A warehouse, dim lights, footsteps echoing on concrete. A man steps forward. The voice from the call. You should have walked away, Alex. The gun in his hand is steady, cold, certain. But Alex smiled, because they're not alone. And the cops waiting outside? They've heard every word. Sirens, flashing light. The killers are in cuffs. The case is closed. Alex should feel safe. And yet, something feels wrong. And then, their phone buzzes. A single message, 4 words. You think this is over? Victory is an illusion. You never escape the darkness. You just become part of it. Alex hangs up the phone. And in the silence, a voice whispers back, "See you soon."